Beloved child of God, we have to come to that moment when we realize that this life that we live is not, it's not our own. We don't live for ourselves. We live for the Lord. The reason why we say that we live for the Lord is because the days that we live are His days. The breath that we breathe is His breath in our lungs. He has all the days of our lives written in His books. So He wrote it according to the desire of His heart and how He would want to see an expression of Himself. So anytime we forget that fact, it definitely hurts Him. So we have to come to that point of realization that this life that we live is not for ourselves. And we have to ask Him to give us His heart, to take away our heart and give us His heart, such that every step that we take and in everything that we do, it's the burden of His heart that is compelling us to do everything that we do. That we will have the burden of His heart. In that way, everybody that you ever come into contact with and every step that you take, you're not doing it for yourself, but that He may get the glory, that He may be seen and glorified through your life, that He may find expression, that the enemy will not have any place of deception through your life and in your life. So you have to make this very selfless prayer, and it's definitely going to hurt, because when you ask the Lord to take away your heart, it means He's taking away those things that matter to you. He's not removing them from your life. It's a matter of your heart, such that your heart is going to be fixed on the things above, not on things below. You're not going to spend sleepless nights worrying about things that will pass away. You will only allow Him to be the only thing that matters. And sometimes we may sing songs like "You're All That Matters," just like just a song. It's not just a song, you know. When you say that Jesus, you're all that matters, those are not just words, or they should not just be just words. Let it be a reality. Such that if the Lord asks you to consecrate yourself and distance yourself from people, I know it will hurt, but are you willing to say yes to what He tells you to do? If He tells you to stop living in a certain way because it does not glorify Him, are you willing to say yes to Him? So the Lord has really been dealing with my heart, and I felt like it will be so good if I shared this with you. Because at the end of the day, when you stand before the Lord, you will give account of whether your life met the standards of what is written of you in the volume of books in heaven. And don't assume that you're just living it. You have to ask, Lord, may I get to live this life according to what is written of me in the volume of books in heaven. may I not miss a mark. You have to pray and ask for it. You have to show the Lord that you're really concerned about this. You have to tell him that, Lord, I want your will. Even Jesus, while he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, all he did was pray and ask, Lord, Father, if you cannot take away this cup, I really don't want my will. I want your will. I want your will. I want your will, Lord. I want your will. So let this be your prayer today. And not just today. But I want to tell you that when you make this prayer, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. This prayer is gonna, because it will cost you everything. It will cost you everything. And are you willing? Are you ready? Are you ready to pay that price? Are you ready to lose friends? Are you ready to lose a lifestyle that does not glorify God? Because you see, when he comes, when his heart comes, it will demand a lifestyle that it's as though he's the one that is living. It will demand that you lose people. It will demand that you stop doing certain things. It will demand that you stop sleeping certain times, because he will want to speak to you. He will want to reveal to you things in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. And he will ask you, wake up. Are you willing to wake up? Are you willing to silence every voice? Are you willing to stop watching certain things? For some of you, he'll ask you to stop watching movies. Stop doing this, stop doing that, stop going here, because there are places he will not want you to be there, because he is a Holy Spirit. His Spirit is holy. He will demand a consecrated lifestyle. A consecrated lifestyle. So there are places he will ask you not to go. There are things he will ask you not to do. There are people he will ask you to cut off. You know, there is a way that you've been handling yourself. He'll ask you to stop, and he will guide you in the way that you should go. Make this prayer, because at the end of the day, this is what really matters to God. This is what matters to him. When you give account of your life, you will give it according to what is written of you in the volume of the books in heaven. And if you're not living like that, you are missing a mark. And it is so scary when you just sit and think about it, because you never know the day or the time. But may you not be caught off guard. Live with the consciousness of eternity. Live with that consciousness. Yes, life is busy. Yes, there is a lot to accomplish. You know, there is work to go to. There are businesses to start and all that. You know, you need to get married. You need to have children. Life has to keep going, yes. But are you living with eternity in view? With that consciousness of eternity in your heart? So make this prayer. Make this prayer.